Doing what I feel with no regrets. Constantly forgiving, but I'm never gonna forget. Always keeping my composure. I won't let them see me sweat. The only thing that really matters is the power and respect.
All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of the now permanently named Mac 5 podcast. I know we had a little bit of talk about what the name was going to be.
The Mac 5.
That's what it's going to be. We all had a discussion. We stuck with it. We rocked with it. Just off the fact that, I mean, there's a lot of agree to disagree podcast names out there. So just off the process of elimination on that, we stuck with that. But anyways, we here, episode 2, we live. I'm Drew, joined by the bros. Let everybody introduce themselves real quick.
What's good, everybody? My name is Lake.
And once again, what's up? I'm JB.
What up, y'all? It's Lance.
This is Austin. Hopefully they get acclimated to our voices at some point.
Yeah, I was going to say our name.
We might need to say our name before every time we talk.
Let's go ahead and draw some handlers. So y'all can follow me at Lake, I think, _McGuffey.
Well, that's not your hand. That's not your handler. You have a handler?
Yo,
handling you.
Handle, no.
IG? Handle?
Handle.
Oh, okay. Y'all,
But it's
y'all
all good.
social media savvy and shit. That's cool.
we going to put it
Alright.
on the screen. We're going to put it so they can see
all right. We didn't do that the first time.
But at least you got yours off, though.
Go ahead and click that follow button. Follow the Mac 5. All that. Hating ass niggas.
All right, anyway, so right now it's a touching time that we're coming up upon, especially, for us and our family and a lot of others, Lakers fans, NBA fans, worldwide fans. A year to the day on Tuesday, which is probably when you guys will be hearing this, we lost Kobe, we lost Gigi, and we lost 7 others in the helicopter crash, January 26, 2020. I'll say personally, that's when the year started getting shitty for me, 2020. Obviously, we had some blessings and all that, so I don't want to make it seem like it was just all bad, but 2020 was just a rough year for everybody, and it started on that day. I'll go ahead and kick it off, just, kind of like where my head was at and how my day went. Actually, the night before, it was just made it even crazier because LeBron had just passed Kobe in the scoring ranks, number 3 all time. And so just having Kobe's name in the headlines the night before he passed and then seeing what happened the next day, it was just kind of eerie and just everybody just seeing and hearing from him the day before just kind of made it seem surreal, like we was all in the Matrix. Right. But I'll go ahead and start and just kind of where I was because it's a lot of hallmark moments that everybody has in their life where everybody remembers where they were, what they were doing, what time it was, and all that. So I was getting ready to go on a brunch date. Me and my wife was actually about 6 months pregnant at the time. And so we get there. We ended up going to just a quick little cheesecake factory at Lennox because she wanted to try it out. And, normally when you go on dates with your wife or your significant other, whoever it may be, you want to give them your full attention. So I wasn't on my phone at all. I didn't pay attention to anything that was going on. We was just, enjoying each other, enjoying the time, making sure she's okay. She getting bigger by the day. My baby was getting bigger by the day at the time. So we end up, we finished brunch. As I mentioned, I didn't have my phone. And we're walking through Lennox because she was trying to find a dress for the baby shower. So we walking through Macy's and her brother called. And her brother's hilarious. So anytime they on the phone, they talking. They joking with each other. So he called and was like, yo, what you doing? And she's like, nothing, we just walking in the mall. I'm about to try to find a baby shower dress. It's like, yo, they talking Kobe died. In my mind, I was like, yo, nigga, don't even play like that. This shit not funny. Don't play like that. He's like, nah, for real, Kobe died. I'm like, nah, that's not how we do in 2020. So at that point, I'm like, yo, I pull out my phone. I see probably 10, 15 text messages about it. I'm on Twitter, and I'm just like, man, ain't no way this is real. But I ain't see nothing from CNN yet or nothing like that. Right. So I didn't believe it, but I'm not on my phone. I pretty much froze in the middle of the mall. I just sat there. I'm like, nah, ain't no way. So we pretty much scrapped any sort of dress shopping. We went straight to the crib. So I'm driving home. I'm not in my phone. I'm just kind of sunk. I'm like, yo, TMZ, they normally, when they calling somebody passing, they normally on the money. Mm-hmm. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't, TMZ was just any regular tabloid until they called Michael Jackson dying in 2009. Mm-hmm. So when they announced that Kobe died, I'm like, man, it's over.
That's what they specialize in.
Yeah, the drama.
Bullshit.
But anyways, I get to the crib. First thing I do, turn on CNN. Big headline. Kobe passed away in a helicopter crash. So, I mean, at that point, I was just in shock. I didn't know at that point that Gigi had passed. So rest in peace to her and the 9 others as well. But it was just, I mean, obviously the day went on, we got more news about it, but it just felt like I was in the Matrix, like it wasn't real. None of this was really happening. And it was sobering. So I'm going to kick it to y'all. Y'all go ahead and tell y'all story. We're going to go from there.
Well, for me, I was here with my parents, with my mom and dad, and I was just sitting at the table. I had just got done eating, and I was just scrolling on Twitter, and I paused because I saw TMZ. Like you said, TMZ said Kobe had passed, but in my mind initially, I'm like, nah, this isn't real. Like somebody is making this up. So I didn't. In my mind, I'm like, wow, this can't be true. But I'm like, nah, this isn't real. So I kept scrolling, and that's everything on Twitter had Kobe dying, like Kobe died. I'm like, nah. But in my mind, I'm like, it's not real until I for real like see it on like the news, CNN. I saw it on CNN. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm just sitting there just in shock. I'm like, yo, this isn't real. And I think I was the first one out of everybody to know because I think I put it in the group chat, Kobe died. And I think everybody had the same reaction I did. It's like, nah, let me hear it from a real source.
Get out of here, man.
You know, and we all saw it from CNN, and that entire day it was just like it's not real. And even still to this day, it don't feel real. When I see Kobe highlights, when I see people talking about Kobe, it still is like he's still here. You know, that's he left a huge imprint. It just doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like he's gone. So, it's still crazy to me to this day, and I'm still shocked. Still shocked.
I think that's the beautiful thing about the world that we live in. We get to document our lives. And I know you guys follow Gary Vaynerchuk, but he says often like he looks forward to his great grandchildren scrolling through his Instagram page one day to see what type of like person he was. And it was the same thing for Kobe. Obviously, we got all his interviews, we got all his highlight tapes. You know what I'm saying? We went through that journey with him, so that's why it felt so personal and why it still feels like he's still here in a sense. But I was in my basement trying to work, and then of course, Twitter, text messages, and then same thing, y'all. Just feeling shocked. I ain't get nothing. I was supposed to be working. I ain't get no work done that night. Like it was just a wrap. It was just like a mixture of being like pissed and sad, and it's just like I'm over it. Like that junk was just sad.
All right, so for me, it's crazy because I think I can speak for everyone. Growing up in Cali. If you playing rec ball or anything, everybody wants a number 8. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to rock that number 8. That's like how everybody wants to rock 23. But in Cali, like everybody wants to rock number 8 just because of Kobe. So he was such a great that you think he'd grab him and his little daughter and just like jump off the airplane right before it crashed or something. Just because that's just how great he was. Like would not be surprised. Where was I? I was living in LA at the time. And I was asleep on my auntie couch. And all I hear is a whole bunch of screaming, oh my God, no! So at that point, I just jump up. Like, I had a long night, so I'm a little, not hungover, but I'm not all the way there at the same time. And the news is on. And like you guys said, there's a whole bunch of speculation, but all I see was Kobe passed away in helicopter. Helicopter crashed, and for like a good 5 minutes, like I was just on pause mode. Like, I'm like, wait, what? Man, what? Like, the year before, we just lost Nip. Right after that, unfortunately, lost our grandmother.
Right.
I lost a homie before all that. And then to come to this point with Kobe, I'm just like, man, I can't see nothing getting worse, honestly. So that's how that was for me. So, man, yeah.
Yeah, for me, it kind of like it was like you have those moments where like the world just stops. Yeah. Like that's what it was for me. It was like I know I was downtown at the condo, getting ready to go see my shorty, who was at the time 5 months pregnant. So at the time I'm about to ride up, see her, make sure she's straight. Her daughter is there, so I'm gonna go spend time with them. Get some stuff from the store. And if I'm not mistaken, it might have been your text, Lance, where it was like, hey, y'all do woo. Mm-hmm. Kobe passed. And so, of course, just like everybody else, I hop on Twitter, I'm looking, TMZ.
Right.
I don't believe TMZ. Yeah, they had Michael Jackson right, but TMZ be fucking shit up all the time.
Let me hear a real source. Let me see.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me just wait and see. Bro, but I kid you not, though. It's like, I'm already on Twitter, so I even tweeted Kobe Bryant. Like I said, hey, bro, hop on Twitter, say something
that.
because they about to get out of hand with this. Like, hurry up and say something.
Right.
That was at like I want to say it was like around 2:45 that day. Because it was like around 2:50 when I saw like the CNN headline when it was like, nah, Kobe gone. And I was like, man, this is some bullshit. Like, how the fuck? Bruh, I kid you not. I had to get in the car to go drive to Shorty crib. She asked me to stop at the store to grab something. I sat in that Kroger parking lot for 30 minutes to an hour. Scrolling shit and just couldn't move. Stuck. I was just like, bro, of all people, like you said, like, you know, Nip, gone. We lost our grandmother the year before that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, just a couple things where it's just like, come on, bro. And then you start off 2020 like this.
Right.
Kobe, after, you know, his record just got passed, he was doing other things in the community. He had just won an award for that short film that he did.
He was just getting started.
You know what I'm saying? He had a whole nother life to live, and it was like, of all the ways to go, it was like
Random.
a helicopter crash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like in the blink of an eye, you're gone. And it's like it wasn't like we didn't have a chance to see like, okay, the progression from, you know, the time you know
was done with basketball.
like you were done with basketball to like the rest of your life, and it was like gone in an instant. Oh, okay, you have such and such disease, or okay, a car accident where, you know, you're in the hospital for. No, it was just you're gone.
Right.
So it was like we couldn't even say thank you. We couldn't say
man.
I think nothing. So it was like the world just stopped for me.
I think everybody was excited to see what he was gonna do outside of basketball.
That's what I was saying. I was most excited. Like, out of all the legends that we see growing older, I was most excited to see Kobe like grow older and get his take on the game, and just everything else he was gonna do.
Right. Not only the take on the game, but I feel like he was gonna be greater in everyday life with his kids and the impact he left off the court than he was off the court. On the court.
But
So,
he was being more open in interviews. And like he was going to his life and stuff, and it's like he was finally like he was just becoming like this bigger than life icon that he deserved to be, and it was like didn't even get a chance to fully realize it. It's fucked up.
Any of y'all cry?
I did not cry.
I didn't cry either, but I was definitely sad for sure.
I did.
I did. I have a hard time crying.
I'm gonna say I shed a few tears because when Kobe died, I just started thinking about, you know, Mama. I thought about Nip and all the people that I lost, and I definitely shed a few tears for sure.
That whole first day, I didn't cry at all. Like I was still like, it felt like life wasn't real. It was just crazy just seeing like it was a Pelicans game on that same day, and you watching the game, but like at the bottom it's like Kobe Bryant 1978-2020. Like, yo, like this nigga got an end date? Like, you serious? I was just in shock. Yeah. And y'all know me, I'm a big person on like, you know, the power of the tongue. I've always like been big on that. So the whole like next day I still wasn't crying. I was at work not doing nothing. I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to get stuff done, got my reports out, but I was just stuck and in shock. And at 3:00 I tuned in to Jump, and Tracy McGrady was on there crying, boo-hooing. And Tracy McGrady got on there. Kobe was young. It was before he had a family, kids, any of that. Yeah. Tracy McGrady was like, man, Kobe spoke this. Like, he said he wanted to be greater than Michael Jordan and he wanted to die young. So, like, me being the power of a tongue type person and hearing that, I beeline to the bathroom and it all fell down. Like, it was crazy.
You ugly cried?
I ugly cried, bro. It was quiet because I ain't want nobody like walking in hearing nothing, but it was like how I cried at my wedding. Yeah. It was like that.
So y'all know Drew a real nigga. So if Drew cried, he feel that.
That being said,
a lot of grown men cry about Kobe.
Yeah, Drew's he was sentimental. You know what I'm saying? Like, you sentimental as well.
Yeah.
I feel like all real niggas cry. And if you gotta lie about that, then you're not.
I feel like real niggas can show their emotions.
It's showing emotions more so. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't hold that in. Like, I mean, all of my homies talking about they cry like the day of and all that, but for me, I was just in shock. Like, we talked earlier about, you know, like our family, like being from where we from, California, Southern California, Staples Center being so close to home, us catching every game, whether it's on KCAL 9, whether it's on Fox Sports Network. Like, Kobe grew up in our household, whether it's like you want to look at it that way or not, but he was on our TVs every other night. So we built a personal connection with him, whether we knew him personally or not. So
exactly,
it was hard for me to actually like to stay in a sad place. One of my coping mechanisms is I was like laughter. I know I play too much. Laughter and always finding a way to see the good in everything.
Right.
So the very next day, like obviously still like emotional, but it was like, man, like how awesome was it that this dude lived his life to the max. Like every day he said he was going to be an NBA star. He went and did it. He had a beautiful family. So he built a legacy, Mamba Mentality. So although like it was sad at that moment, I was thinking like, I think I hope that he's looking down and he's proud of the impact that he left. And he did say, unfortunately, that he wanted to go out basically untimely and to establish his legacy. And he did that. You know
He
what I'm saying?
did. I mean, at the end of the day, he did say that before family. And so I want to stress that, you know.
Right.
He said that before his family came along, before he met his wife and all that. So obviously, I imagine he didn't want to go out in that fashion, especially not with his daughter on the helicopter with him.
Right.
And as you get older, your perspective changes too.
Sure.
Exactly.
So like, I feel like he could have beat MJ as far as family and passing on that legacy to his kids.
Absolutely. Yeah, he definitely left a lot of work unfinished, and like no doubt about it. But that legacy, man, the impact that he had as far as leaving it all on the floor, like he did that.
He did that for sure.
Yeah, he did that. He maximized his days, man.
Absolutely.
And that brought me peace because everybody has to die one day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody got to go.
And I think that's what I kept having to tell myself. And I tell myself often when I see, like, when moments like this happen, it's like, you know what, it's the way of life. You know,
Yeah.
like everybody has an expiration date one way or another.
That's facts.
So it's like, you know, whether it's, you know, you get to see somebody get to that day or it's somebody, you know, as unexpected as Kobe's was, it's like sometimes you have to just switch that mindset. Like, you know what, it is like,
Man, it's hard for me.
but it's hard
because his
It's
daughter
very
was on
hard.
that same helicopter, and unlike Kobe, she didn't get to for real
Live out her
leave
life.
a
Live
out
legacy,
her
right?
life,
Live
yeah.
out her life. So it's hard. I still battle with it every day. It's easier for me to see Kobe clips and see people talk about him. But at the same time, it's still like, damn, like
Yeah,
this the
honestly,
life we
yeah.
live in. This the world we living in right now.
Yeah.
This shit really going this crazy. So it's just crazy. Like every day, just thinking about it.
Right.
It kind of makes you want to appreciate life every day, you know, because
Sure.
you never know when you gonna go. Like
know.
you never know. Like we do certain things throughout the day, and we don't realize that tomorrow could really be the last day that we're gonna be here, you know. So it made me realize that, you know, just appreciate life every day. You know, don't take anything for granted because you never know when your last day is gonna be. So
Exactly. And that's real. I mean, like mentioned, it's just crazy. Like, I dealt with more death over the past 2 years, like that took big hits than
Big hits is really
my
what it
whole
is.
previous 28, 29 years before
Exactly.
that. So
Yeah, make you think about life differently.
Yeah.
I was outside grilling just like a month or two ago, and the grill caught on fire. I probably didn't tell y'all that, did I?
nope.
Yeah. Anyway,
Time out. Rewind it.
I was outside.
When was this?
This was like, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago. I was outside grilling. That junk caught on fire in the front of my house. That junk, it was like flames everywhere. So I run inside and I get the fire extinguisher. And I come back out and I put the fire extinguisher down. I'm like, all right, cool, let me not use this yet. And so I'm like trying to fan the flames down with a towel. And I was like, oh snap, the propane is still on.
Why did you put the fire extinguisher down? And you-
Because I didn't want to ruin the grill. I thought it was just like out of control. I wanted to get under control first. I had the fire extinguisher just in case. So I got under there, and while I'm turning the propane off, I'm thinking to myself like, man, I hope this doesn't blow up in my face. That would be trash. But that, like, that would really suck. But I was thinking, like, after that, I was like, damn, man, that easily could have been like a moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could have been a moment for me. And so when I went back inside, probably for like 2 days, I was thinking, I was like, dang, I gotta be more careful. After that, like 2 days went by, I was like, I'm invincible again.
no, that's
I should
real.
have just jumped straight to using the fire extinguisher.
Man.
Put it down. He went and got it and put it down.
It was just in case. But once I figured out that the propane was still on, that's when I was like, okay, that's the first step. Let me get that done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that junk could've
I'm
definitely
blowing that
blew
whole
up.
thing down with the fire extinguisher. I'm not playing.
Man, I
You
spent
got the
$500 on that grill, man. I wasn't trying to.
Man, $500 ain't worth your life, man.
life for 500.
I don't think it would have took me out. It would have just jacked me up a little bit. So.
You don't want that either.
I was looking like Two-Face off that.
Right.
You better hope your wife love you.
It's crazy.
Flipping coins.
But nah, so, I mean, we all got life lessons from Kobe while he was here, so we appreciate that. I know the first, part of this was a little somber, but we about to get in celebration mode because
For sure.
at this point, he wants to celebrate his life his accomplishments, what he did, the type of influence he had. I think one of his quotes. I mean, don't take it like verbatim, but I know he said something.
I'm taking it verbatim. You better not mess up.
Go ahead, paraphrase.
No, he had said, like, because there's a lot of debates on like who the greatest player of all time is and all that. But he had mentioned like your true greatness is how you inspire the next generation, and that's something that he did. Like he had camps where NBA players would come during the summer. He would work with them. He'd teach them certain moves, teach them like how to read the game. He was real generous in passing that information along, and in part because he was able to get that information from people like Michael Jordan and things like that. So his true greatness lies in inspiring the world, really. So with that being said, let's get into this greatest games conversation. What are some of y'all greatest Kobe moments?
I'm going first.
You got it, bro.
Let me get this one off. Because I only have one. Floor is yours. I mean, I always think of several. But it was the last game for me.
Yeah.
That just had to be it. It was the last game. I
made sure not to use that
Another
word,
hallmark moment right there.
bro, like to this day,
You watched the whole thing?
watching watching that game from India, I still get goosebumps.
Man.
Like, especially the fourth quarter, bro, when it was down. What was it down by?
We was down the whole game. And then like the final minutes, Kobe got us up.
Found a few
That
minutes.
song was like, it was so poetic. Like,
I got a story,
legendary.
man. I got a story. So it's me and Lake and a few of the homies. It's his last game. We had this club or a bar. We had a bar
In Buckhead.
And we watching the game. I ain't really had nothing to eat that day.
I already know how this went.
No. I'm taking in some popcorn. They got a lot of salt. I didn't really drink no water that day. I'm dehydrated. So it's the fourth quarter. And next thing you know, like I'm just spinning. Like my whole mind, like it's just spinning. And I'm like, yo, I cannot stay in here. I gotta go to the whip. So I go to the whip.
I'm like, oh, nigga.
And I'm over there like trying to take a little nap, making sure I'm good. I came inside. Everybody, Lakers like, yo! I'm like, what happened? They was down like 15. Like, what happened? Kobe went off. I'm like, no.
Oh, man.
Wow. Man. I almost missed it too because I had walked him back to the car just to make sure he was straight. I ran back because I knew Kobe was lighting up. And if anybody knows Kobe, when he lighting up, you already know he gonna put on a show at the end.
Like,
like, don't miss a minute. So I'm running back and I catch the end of it. But I'm gonna let Lance or Austin continue his story.
So I sit down for a minute and then I collect myself. I'm good after that. I come back in. Everybody's like, yo, he done dropped 60. I'm like, how? Like, when did this happen? So I'm like, man, I can't believe I missed his last moments. He dropped 60 points, and I'm in the car tripping.
What's crazy is I was trying to get tickets to the game before he announced his retirement.
Really?
I was looking, I was on StubHub, all that, trying to see. I was going to fly out there, and because I had a feeling it was going to be his last year before he announced it, I was going to go out there and buy the tickets. That was probably like $100, $200 some from where I was trying to sit at. No, matter of fact, I don't know exactly how much it was, but let's say it's like $100, $200 in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
That nigga announced his retirement, bro.
That's
I
what's
went
up.
on StubHub, wasn't nothing less than $500 in the nosebleeds, bro.
Yep.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna go to that game, but we ended up watching it here. I don't know if were you here?
I
don't know if you
was
here.
I don't know where I was.
That's something
was here.
I'm going to regret that
Matter
shit
of
for
fact,
the rest of my life.
You should.
You should.
I'm going to
I hope you feel so bad at the You gotta be ashamed of yourself.
No, I was here for the last game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I remember. I called some people. People called me. We was here. I was right here.
Yeah, that was the moment for me.
That man dropped
Watch the
60.
game like
I was living off Cleveland at the time watching that.
That man dropped 60 and I ain't see it.
I watched every moment because remember they had the slot on ESPN, but the same night the Warriors
got that 17-9
win. They bumped them from ESPN and put Kobe on ESPN too. I know they regret that decision to this day. A matter of fact, I don't even think it matters. Pretty much everybody who had ESPN had ESPN too. And
Right.
They just swapped like, yo, we watching Kobe.
For sure.
I was like, I'll keep up with the Warriors on ESPN. We about to see what
They
this
swapped
Kobe
it at like
shit is
halftime,
on.
I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That was the best for me. For all the basketball games I watched, that's the best performance, hands down, number one. Always, that's why he's my GOAT. I don't care what LeBron goes to do. Kobe is the GOAT. Don't argue with me.
Yeah, I'm at the club. I'm like, Watch out, shorty. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not trying to flirt. I don't want to spit no game moves. I'm watching Kobe. That's how serious it was. So,
was that your favorite moment too? Or what?
It's crazy. My favorite moment, that's probably top 3 what Austin said. But for me, I would say, I think we're playing the Suns.
Fuck! I knew it.
And if y'all know anything about the Suns, man, Kobe and Rajah Bell, I hate
Rajah Bell.
Yeah.
That man plays some great defense, but I don't hate him. But
Kobe's still cooking them though.
But it was up 2-1, and I think we lost the series, which hurts. But it was up 2-1. It was down by a few points, or was it a point?
Which part are you talking about? You can talk about going into overtime or after.
I think it was going into overtime.
All right, so this is regulation. Go ahead.
This is for regulation. My boy got the ball out of bounds, and I don't know why, but he had drove to the free throw line and just tucked it up. And for some reason, I knew it was going in, but when they actually went in, it was just, I don't know. This is out of all the shots he made, that's one of the few that I remember the most.
Yeah, that's dope.
So I'll have to go with that one.
So that one was in overtime. Regulation, Smush Parker stole the ball from Nash.
Yep.
And he had passed it to Kobe. Kobe did like a little in and out dribble and floated it over somebody. Yeah. And that joint dropped in to tie the game to send it to overtime.
Hey, 0.7 seconds left.
Yeah.
And let me just go ahead and go next.
You go ahead, bro. Get it off, dog. Get it off.
Because, all right, so y'all know me and Laker twins, we go through this all the time. All right, so say we at a restaurant. He'll order some food. It's the same thing I'm finna order, and he think I'm just trying to copy him. I'm like, nah, brother.
Everywhere I go.
So no cap. I got the same moment. I was gonna use that. I didn't think nobody was gonna use it.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think about another one. But no cap. That's my favorite moment too, because like Drew said, Smush Parker stole the ball. He floated that thing up with 0.7 seconds left. Overtime coming in. I don't know who was doing the jump ball in the
Luke Walton.
It went to Kobe. Kobe ain't passing the ball. Come on.
At all. You better not.
Free throw line to the right, hit that little fadeaway. And then I think this what made it the favorite moment when he had already hit the shot, everybody celebrating. He said, I'm like, man, he the GOAT, man. Everybody else, Kobe the GOAT, man. So
that was indeed Smush Parker's finest moment on the Lakers.
Yeah.
No. There was one game, I don't know who we were playing, but he had a very crucial steal. Does anyone remember
the same game?
Was that the same game?
It got to be the same game, bro.
Yeah, okay. Going into overtime, he hit the game winner in overtime.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
that
so
was his best
we
game
went
ever.
up 3-1. I'm thinking we finna win the series, but we ain't gonna get into the rest of the series. You feel me? But that moment right there,
all the way down too.
That was a
Tim
crazy
Thomas.
moment.
Yep.
Yeah, Tim Thomas. I forgot it.
What's your favorite moment, Jordan?
I have a lot.
Brown.
So one of my favorite moments, though, it was the end of I want to say it was the 2004 season, last game of the season. We're playing the Trailblazers.
Yep.
And so this particular game,
I don't know what he talking about.
I'm about to
say that.
He's not real like us. I'm hearing it for the first time.
That was when Pippen was on the team, right?
He not a real Kobe fan, y'all.
Pippen?
Yeah, Pippen.
No, he went on the Blazers.
Bonzi Wells.
Yeah, Bonzi Wells on
And Ruben Patterson, the
Kobe stopper.
Yep.
But
Kobe stopper. I ain't never heard of that.
Y'all young.
Yeah. Ruben Patterson was supposed to be the Kobe stopper back in the day. That's why there's certain niggas I'll always hate. Ruben Patterson, Rajah Bell, Doug Christie, Jalen Rose.
Rajah Bell.
Who you want to say, Matt Barnes, too?
Barbosa.
Get out of here.
Barbosa.
Matt Barnes cool.
No, Matt Barnes cool. I hate Matt Barnes.
There was never a Kobe stopper.
Yeah, the flinch moment.
Hey, Jordan, what was your favorite moment?
So anyway, we're playing the Trailblazers. And so it's in the regulation. Kobe ties the game. We go into overtime. This game we go into double overtime. But it's double overtime. And the play before, right as they're in the huddle, going to the last play, Kobe pretty much tells the bench, hey, you give me the ball, we win in this game.
Set a good pick.
We win in this game. Mm-hmm. He gets the good pick. He catches the ball on the left wing. That boy caught the ball, threw it up, fade away. Fell on the ground, everything. Buzzer goes off. All you hear is... That boy got up, pointed to the bench, and was like, what the fuck I tell you?
Hey.
At that moment, I was like, We lost the finals that year.
That was the last game of the regular season that year, and it was the difference between us being a 5 seed and a 2 seed that year.
I guess I don't remember that shit. I guess I remember.
It was in 2004.
2004?
Who was 10? It was right before we moved out here.
Oh, we was 9.
It was right before we moved out here.
I don't quite recall that.
I don't recall it either. I guess I am too young.
Hey, man, we going to hook up the YouTubes when this is over.
I was going to say, we might have to edit in some clips for y'all, but...
Yeah.
Hey, we should definitely edit in the clips. That's a
good
good story.
idea.
That's an excellent idea. Lake came up with that idea.
Hey, stop.
You going
I'm putting that on the shirt. Mac 5, stop playing with me.
All right, so
West side.
I got more than one, too. But I'm going to start with...
multiple.
I got multiple, but I'm going to start with us winning the 4th championship in Orlando. The first one he got without Shaq. That game... Because I was there. That's why I was there. I went with my pops and we had went with my mom and Blaine. And we had drove down there and us two went to the arena to watch the game. I remember one particular play. Kobe was starting on the right side of the floor and he was driving left and he was getting ready to shoot one of his a fadeaway in the middle of the lane. Dwight came through ready to block it. And he came and hesitated, double clutch. I remember banked it.
I remember that.
But that was probably, I have to say that's my favorite moment just because I was able to witness the 4th championship. It's a crazy, one of the highlights that sticks in my head. It was actually a game that we lost. We was losing to we was playing the Clippers when they had got CP3. I'm not going to get into that whole veto thing. That was straight off to this day.
Haters.
But... it was a game. We was trailing pretty much the whole game. I was watching it at Taco Mac with one of the homies. And in the 4th quarter, we was down double digits. Kobe just started going off. So at one point, we were down 4 points with less than 2 minutes to go. Kobe at the top of the key, dribbling to the left, got Matt Barnes on him, got the jersey in his mouth. So he got it. He just he's calculated.
When he got the jersey in his mouth.
When the jersey in his mouth. Kobe with the jersey in his mouth is over with.
It's over with.
Yeah.
Just let him go.
He driving. He got the jersey in his mouth. And he hit him with a hezzy and cross this way, pull up. That highlight so nasty. I think I might have posted it on my IG once.
You practiced that move, huh? I know you practiced that move.
I did.
I seen you bust that move outside a couple times.
But Drew bust every Kobe move outside, bro.
It go the same.
Single one.
Dude.
You know that little hezzy he do?
Nah, dude.
The most popular move that Drew has imitated from Kobe is waving people off. I got it. if Drew makes 2 shots in a row, he is not passing you the ball, bro. Not passing.
Hey, I ain't missing either. If I make 2 in a row.
He said, watch out.
If I make 2 in a row, I'm probably making 8 in a row. But
that's a fact. That's a fact. But when you was missing 2 in a row, you was gonna miss 8 in a row. JR.
You were streaky for sure.
Yeah. But the 81-point game is up there too. The anniversary of that just passed.
Easy.
But I ain't gonna take up all the time with greatest games. I'm not sure if y'all got any more y'all wanna
I got another moment. It's not with him playing basketball though. It's an interview. And I'm gonna paraphrase too, but he pretty much said just pretty much keep going. Because, the storm isn't always gonna it's not gonna always be prevalent. You know what I'm saying? So just keep going no matter what it is that you're going through. And for me, when I heard that clip, I was going through a tough time too, personal reasons. And when I heard that clip to just keep going no matter whatever storm you're going through, I just internalized it, And that was one of the clips that I saw. You look at clips on the internet and it inspires you, And that was one of the clips that inspired me to, just keep going no matter what it is that I'm going through. Everybody deals with storms.
Was that the clip that gave birth to 6 Man?
No.
That speaks to his off-court greatness, man.
It wasn't one of the clips, but it definitely was one of the clips that helped me to get through whatever personal issues that I was getting through. No doubt. Just looking at that clip, watching him say what he say, and just internalizing it, it inspired me to keep going no matter what. Because there was a point in time where I rapped. There was a point in time where I felt like I wasn't good enough, where I just wanted to stop. And when I saw that clip, it's nah, keep going, keep pushing. this storm ain't gonna last forever.
Gotcha.
Just keep walking, keep striving to pursue whatever it is that you want to pursue.
Hey, when your music take off, I'm taking that clip, bro. We're gonna use that. Oh, we're gonna use it at the beginning of one of your songs.
I got it in my phone, man. I screen recorded it.
I'm talking about what you just. That's the clip.
That too.
Yeah.
That too. But no, so and that just goes to show, how great Kobe was. It wasn't just what he did on the court, but the things he said off the court and the things he did off the court, it inspires you to keep pushing forward, to keep doing the things that you want to do. Mamba mentality.
The influence that these athletes have, man. That's why Bron came out with more than an athlete, because it's more than them just bouncing a ball or shooting it or whatever. It's about what you're saying.
And it's difficult. It's difficult to transcend from a basketball player to what Kobe and LeBron are as icons. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't going to sit here and be like, man, Raja Bell inspired me with what he said. Ain't nothing Raja Bell said that any of us remember. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But for what Kobe did was he transcended.
He said it about Kobe.
You said what?
I said, unless Roger Bell said it about Kobe, I don't probably remember. Anyway,
right.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, he transcended from an athlete to an icon. I think that's a good segue. Sorry, I'm going to kind of take your job as a host.
I definitely had two.
Oh, Jordan, he did say that. I cut him off.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I had to get that off.
But keep that, because it definitely.
And I have a question.
What's that, Lake?
And this might be for a later day, but me and Austin were talking earlier. It may have been Drew or not, but we were saying, like, just the influence that athletes have. Is it greater than artists in the industry, such as Nipsey Hussle and the Jay-Z's?
I feel like it's the same.
I feel like they're on the same plane.
It goes hand in hand, right?
I feel like whether it's, you're an actor, you're a rapper, you're a ball player, no matter what sport, they all on the same plane of influence when it comes to, particularly young black males.
Yeah.
As far as like what we look at and what we look to.
Bucks beat the Green Bay Packers. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, they won?
Bro, I kid you not. I'm pretty sure Tom Brady went to the Bucks because they knew the Super Bowl was going to be in Tampa Bay, and he wants to be the first quarterback. I hate this.
What time did the game start?
I don't know, but
it was an early game.
Tom Brady is
the Bucks won,
bro.
I thought Green Bay. I thought Aaron Rodgers was gonna pull it out.
Damn, I wanted to see Aaron Rodgers and Pat Mahomes.
Damn it, Tom Brady.
Yeah, let's bring it back. Lake, you was talking about something, but we're gonna get back to that though.
I forgot what.
Yeah,
we're gonna get back to that.
Yeah,
we're gonna double back.
That deserves a whole nother podcast, actually.
Yeah, it is.
But Jordan, you said you had some more. Remember?
Yeah, I got a couple. I'm gonna just
like
say two. I'm gonna say two real quick. I told you I want off the air, so I'm just keep that one off the air.
Okay, for sure.
But there's two. Now this one is a commercial. So I'm gonna start rapping.
Jalen Rose?
No, not that one's funny though. But no, not that one either, Austin. There's one. I don't even know if I don't know if you two will remember
Hey,
it.
if you love me for the exact same reason?
Nah.
Damn.
Kanye West.
Thought I had
more.
I like that too though.
Okay.
So like I said, this is
my favorite.
I don't know if y'all will remember. Y'all was like 3 years old when this came out.
I don't remember.
That was I don't know if you remember. But I'm gonna see if you remember, Drew. It started like it's the Tim Duncan.
Yep.
He be front end, drive through the lane, and he'll show you something. Kobe Bryant,
Slam dunk giant.
Outplayed the Kobe, son. Don't try it.
How many times did you watch that last night to remember this?
None.
You actually remember
Bro,
that?
I can't. Dog,
Austin.
It's a yeah.
Try not to do that again.
Yeah, like I don't like the fuck. I ain't tripping. But anyways, like the thing was like it was a Sprite commercial from way back when, and Missy Elliott was rapping. But at that time, like we knew who Kobe was, but for whatever reason, that particular commercial to me is like what kind of really put Kobe like up, especially coming from LA. It's like,
I just want to say something. Y'all some old ass niggas, because I don't know nothing about that
At all.
Yeah. This was back when we had Eldon Campbell, Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel on the squad, Vlade Divac, and all of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
you remember that, huh?
I don't remember the exact time it happened, but I remember watching it as a clip later.
Oh,
there you go.
In my life.
But
me and Jordan probably more so like, because we grew up with Kobe as far as like, I was 6, 7 years old when he came to LA. Y'all was probably like 2,
We were some babies. We came out the womb. We was like, oh, y'all, we Laker fans?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what we are. All right,
let's get it.
We were 9, 10 years old. We moved to Atlanta.
Yeah.
But my other moment, which is basketball related, and a lot of people won't agree with me, and I've argued this a lot, so I do know this a bit. Game 7 of the 2010 NBA Finals. Against the Celtics.
A lot of adversity because he was not shooting the ball.
And we lost the year before, or a few years.
2 years. We lost 2 before that,
and it's
to the Celtics.
To the same team.
So this was a Game 7 against the Celtics. And the thing with me was, like Drew just said, Kobe had an awful shooting performance. I want to say he didn't make not one 3-point shot. He went like 6 for 20.
6 for 24.
6 for 24. Terrible shooting night. And so everybody always sits there and says, oh, well, that particular NBA Finals, Kobe didn't show up, he didn't play well, and give him all this credit. Or what we give him too much credit for that particular game. But what people fail to realize is, yeah, he went 6 for 24, scored 23 points that game.
Hey, mute him.
Okay, hold up. I don't know what's going on right now.
Hey, bro, we got it. Hey, hold on, just go ahead. Like, go ahead.
There's a whole lot going on right now. I tried to talk through it, but now I'm just like...
He's good.
My bad.
Go ahead, Jordan.
We was about to mute Lake for a second.
Part of the
He was
interruption.
loud. I'm sorry, y'all.
Excuse
Go
me.
ahead, Jordan.
It's all good. So anyways, yeah, but everybody tries to chastise him for that particular performance, which, shooting-wise, terrible. You know what I'm saying? 6 for 24, but 23 points that game, and was the top scorer of every scorer on the court that night.
Right.
On top of that, the dude had 15 rebounds.
Yeah.
11 defensive, 4 offensive, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been 10 and 5. I think it was 11 and 4 though.
Kobe didn't get that many rebounds.
15 rebounds in the game, and picked and maybe I'm the only one that kind of sees this way, but picked up 4 fouls. And the total score of that game was 83-79.
Hey, that boy was playing hard.
So that tells me you're on the court, you're going for the 50-50 balls. That tells me you're trying to, your shot's not going, but you're trying to do everything else in your power to win that damn game.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
So
lie.
people say there's like, yeah, he didn't shoot well, so that's a bad game from Kobe. That's one of his greatest performances to me
I ain't gonna
because
lie. I wanted that nigga to go for 50, bro.
I did too.
I wanted him to go for 50. I wanted to see like just all glory. I wanted him to shut everybody up because niggas was hating.
Man, fuck the 50, bro. I just wanted to win the
appreciate
game,
the fact
bro.
that he won.
Give me the
Yeah, I could appreciate a
Thing
game
was,
like
it's
that,
like-
man, because it's the Celtics, first of all.
Exactly.
Oh, I can't stand them.
Exactly. Game 7 too. Like, come on.
So and they had KG, Ray Allen, Rondo in
Who
his
was
prime.
balling? Exactly.
Paul Pierce punk ass.
So nothing was gonna come easy. They was gonna battle
Right.
for it, and I feel like that was the most earned championship we won with Kobe because of just how hard it was.
That was his favorite one.
Like, he
He
fought.
on record saying that was his favorite
He
one.
fought for
yeah.
that. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you look at like how
I
the
was
game
happy.
went. Everybody except for like Derek Fisher and I forget who else.
Ron
But-
Artest.
No, he shot terrible.
But he
Ron
hit
Artest
that
hit the
shot.
game.
No, he hit no
Yeah,
that
still
shot.
a-
I'm talking about.
Man, fuck what he did before. That's all
No,
I remember.
I'm talking about. I'm just talking about in the totality of the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totality of the game. Damn near everybody except for Derek Fisher and somebody else. I can't remember who shot poorly that game.
Was it Port?
Paul Gasol played well that game.
Paul Gasol had a good game.
Was it Vujicic?
No, I'm talking. No, I don't even think. No,
Hit
the
the
only
free throws?
person that shot well for our team was Derek Fisher.
Okay.
And there was like maybe 2 people on the Celtics that did decent shooting wise, but everybody shot poorly. It was a complete defensive game.
Defensive, man.
It was a complete defensive game, hustle game, effort game. And the way Kobe played, even though he went like, think of your GOAT, James Harden.
Let's rewind that before it gets out of hand. I did not
All
say
right.
he was my GOAT or the GOAT.
He was
I
a
said he
GOAT.
was a GOAT.
You did clarify.
Just
And
the
You feel
regular
me?
GOAT.
And in today's who's guarding him?
Saying the James
Fact.
Harden.
However,
podcast, so
Who guarding him?
deep
We
into
go.
it.
I'm not even going to touch on
Yeah,
that.
And he
but
from
Yeah.
what I'm getting at is this though. If James Harden is going 6 for 24 in a game, is he getting 15 rebounds? Is he making hustle plays? Is he doing all that?
absolutely.
I don't agree with that.
You gotta be
Absolutely.
you gotta be an analytical person for that to be your favorite Kobe Bryant moment.
I mean, no, they won a championship that game.
That's who you talking
It's
to.
very analytical.
You're an analytical person.
So this is not far off.
Hey, but if that's your favorite moment.
That's your
we-
favorite
It's one of
Like,
them. I wanted to bring that up just
They won a
because, like,
championship, too.
to kind of piggyback off your point, how you say,
Yeah.
keep going,
Right.
go through. That's like the visual that kind of brings that to life. To me.
Okay.
See
Okay.
how you did that, made that
No matter
correlation.
what he was known for, he did terrible at, but that wasn't mean he's going to take himself out the game
Man, I want to
and lose
dap
the
you up real
championship.
quick, man.
That's
Go do it. Just get up and dap him up.
Reach. Yes, sir.
That's all.
All right,
love
we're
is
gonna
in the
wrap
air.
that one up. It's a lot of different Kobe games that we all love. That's near and dear to our hearts. It's a lot of them I left off the table.
Facts.
It's way too hard for me to put it all into 1, 2, or even 3. I needed like 5, but for the purpose of the podcast, we gonna
Like we
move
would wait
on.
for Kobe to dribble down court, shoot it, and sure enough, he will pull it and make it every time. All right, that's it. That's all I gotta say.
He the realest.
We some Kobe
But
fans.
we all appreciate Kobe. Kobe's near and dear to our hearts here, especially at the table. And like I said at the beginning, just worldwide. One of his main mantras was the Mamba Mentality. And he basically spoke on, pretty much going hard every day, applying 100% pressure to whatever it is that you do and just keeping it 100. So how do you guys think each of you could apply the Mamba mentality to y'all lives today?
That's a great question, man. I feel like you want to go first?
It don't matter. You go.
Well, he kind of stole your answer earlier, so we'll let you go.
That's a great idea.
It's crazy.
I think for me, as far as, you know, me trying to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
What are you pursuing?
I'm pursuing music, man. You know,
say that.
I think a lot of people know that.
This episode 2, bro.
Hey man, say it with your chest.
You know, so I do some rapping. I don't do some rapping, not rap, man. You feel me? Man, let me talk my shit.
Man, stick your chest out.
I know I look good. I was some talking shit.
You guys will catch that bar a little later.
You'll catch the bar when it's
You'll understand that a little later.
Coming out in March.
Let's
You
go.
feel me? I think for me, like Drew said, mama mentality, not stopping. There was a point in time for me when I was pursuing rapping where I felt like, you know, maybe I should just take the safer route. Maybe I should just go ahead and, just do the regular thing, but I guess
Like a 9 to 5 or some shit?
it could be 9 to 5. It could just be a regular job.
Something
to be
you don't want
honest.
to do.
Something I don't want to do. But, I figured out what my passion was. I figured out what it is that I actually want to do. And, when you look at Mamba mentality, it's like, go all in what it is that you want to do. Mm-hmm. So despite the things that you hear from other people, despite what other people may think, you're going to go all in what it is that you want to do. So for me, it's like, I look at Mamba mentality, it's like, I don't care what everybody else is thinking. I don't care what everybody else is doing.
Kobe didn't care either, bro.
Exactly. I'm not looking at, the accolades you have. I'm not looking at the things that you do. I'm worried about me, and I'm worried about the things that I want to do with my life and, the passions that I want to commit to. So I'm going to say it again, like, I'm really into rapping.
And you good at it, too.
And I'm good
I
at
ain't
it.
biased either.
Fire.
Yeah.
And just to say, nobody here is biased, especially Drew, Lake. They gonna tell me how they feel.
Yep.
So
If that
if
shit
something
trash,
is trash, they gonna tell me it's trash. So, yeah, I'm really good at rapping. So when I look at Mamba mentality, it's like, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about what they thinking. Don't worry about what they saying. Do the thing that you want to do and go 100% at it. So when I look at Mamba mentality, I'm going 100%. And it wasn't until recently where I feel like, I wanted to go 100% in rapping,
Niggas be tripping, bro.
I don't know what
Two niggas. All the time.
always them two niggas. It's always them two niggas.
Always them two.
My chair's squeaking.
What y'all laughing at?
My chair's squeaking.
I'm a little faded right now, but it's all good. I don't know what they laughing at, but
My chair's squeaking.
we're gonna continue talking about Mamba mentality.
Yeah, you need to put the Jeopardy music on yourself.
No. But last episode, I came to the realization I ain't talk much, so I'm gonna talk my shit.
What
talk my tongue,
What do you feel
nigga.
like the Mamba mentality is, Austin? How do you
He just said that.
Hey, come on.
All right, let me make a long story short, man.
What you mean? The long story is long.
I incorporate.
You already said you ain't worried about what nobody else thinking.
Hey,
Wait
wait
a
a
minute.
minute.
Mamba
Hey,
mentality.
what y'all
He
niggas?
taking everybody's idea.
Hey, listen, though. In my ears right now, in my mind, y'all some haters, bro. That's how I look at y'all, bro. But let me just keep it short, man. Them niggas still laughing.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Come on.
Long story long. Like Austin said, man. I just use Mamba mentality to just block out all the noise, to hone in on what it is that I believe in, and to just go all in 100%. Actually, more than 100%, 120%, because that's what Kobe did. So if we just look at what Kobe did and apply that shit to our lives and what it is that we want to do, man, I promise you, man, just you're gonna get you gonna get far, like regardless, in whatever field it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to do, you're gonna get far if you just apply that Mamba mentality. So
Facts, bro.
Respect.
There you go.
All right, Austin, go ahead.
I got probably a different perspective than everybody else, but
That's normal.
that's normal. When I think about Mamba mentality, it's a really good self-awareness moment for me. Because sometimes, like, I'll be up, you know what I'm saying, 9, 10 o'clock working, and I got to get this stuff done. And I'm like, all right, man, Mamba mentality. And then I'll be like, man, I ain't built like Kobe. I'm about to watch a movie. And I'm going to say hey man, I'm being real, bro. It's hard. Hey, how did he do that?
it's hard as fuck.
Like, bro, it's
hard.
Let's be honest. Like, yeah, like everybody wants to talk about, say, oh, Mamba mentality, I'm gonna get the tattoo. Man, that is a big shoe to fill, bro. I don't know how he was hyper focused for 20 years on one thing and became super great at it. Like, it's just really hard. And you have moments of inspiration where, like, I feel like I'm gonna zoom in on that. I have I have moments of inspiration where I do, like, I push through, and that's where Mamba mentality becomes helpful, to give you that extra motivation. But to be completely honest, like, I realize, like, whatever that dog that Kobe got, like, I ain't got it. And if I could exhibit an ounce of that, like, I know I'm gonna get far. I have my moments, I know that I'm good at what I do, but man, Kobe was just like, he was just on another level. And for me to say that I had a Mamba mentality would be doing a disservice to, like,
You have it in the gym, swole ass nigga.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm
really
kind of
do.
big. You know what I'm saying?
No, you really do. If you think
Talk
about it,
your shit.
Austin.
I do. Talk your shit.
Talk your shit.
Talk your shit.
You know what I'm saying? Let me stop being humble on this. Yeah, when it comes to this weightlifting stuff, I am that guy.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Like, I do that, and I show up, and I put work in. So in that aspect, yeah. But Kobe wasn't just that guy in the gym. You know what I'm saying? He took that same thing and he applied it to his investment company that he started shortly afterwards. He applied it to how he dealt with his kids. Like, the type of energy I got from my mentality was whenever he is doing something, he's 100% focused on that task at that time.
Right.
So my mentality is not just something that I implement from time to time. It's something that I strive to do on a daily basis. And it's the same thing with TMC. We're gonna get into that another time. But yeah, that's what my mentality for me is. Halfway, like, I ain't built like that, and then the other half is I am. And if I can continue to show moments of brilliance like he did, then I'll be able to produce some brilliant work in my lifetime as well.
Well said.
Very well said.
Like,
so for me, like, Mamba mentality and sort of, I don't want to take away from Mamba, but, like, Mamba mentality and marathon mentality sort of go hand in hand with me. Like Austin said, it's some big shoes to fill. It's a road less traveled. For me, like, like, I'm really starting to exhibit that Mamba mentality, focusing on myself, not spending as much time with, friends or whoever you want to spend time with, cutting out all the extracurricular activity. And it's hard, man.
Sacrifice,
exactly. Not knowing what you want to do, doing what you need to do in order to get to that next level. Man, it's so hard. And Kobe, he was just built so different. That's why he set himself to be that example for everybody in the world. Because, like, man, if you want to be great at anything, like, you can't just, like, juggle going to smoke weed or getting drunk every night, going to the club. You feel me? Chilling, watching Netflix. Like, you really got to be on your grind 24/7.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like I'm really starting to embody that and apply that in my life.
Absolutely.
So,
Facts.
it ain't about getting a tattoo that say Mamba. It's not no tattoo putting up the marathon flags. It's like, you really got to live that life to really, say, I embody that marathon mentality. I'm on my marathon.
Facts.
So, I mean, that's all I got to say. Short and sweet.
very well said.
So for me, Mamba mentality is doing the little things on a grand scale all the time. So
real shit.
For me, like, even if I'm a new father, and this is probably the best way I can do it. I'm a new father. So,
Congrats.
You know what I'm saying? The biggest thing for me is being a great father to my daughter. And oftentimes, it's not about what you see, grand scheme. Like, we can look at our parents. Our parents did a great job raising us.
Right.
For them, you know what I'm saying?
Girl dads in the building.
Shout out to mom and dad,
If
too,
it wasn't
man.
for them.
Bruh, I
We could say that every show.
I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
That's just me. That's just...
Well, that's clear.
Yeah. Okay, that too. I hate this.
Their influence.
Shout out to mom and dad.
You feel me? But anyway, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's more than just, by title, by saying, oh, okay, I'm a dad now, that goes into being a father. And a lot of times it's just doing the little things over and over and over again, no matter how tedious it is, no matter how cumbersome they become, no matter how much you just don't want to do it. There's little things you have to do over and over in order to excel at it. Mm-hmm. Kobe would sit on a block and do a fadeaway bank shot for hours.
500 plus time.
Would not move, would not change spots, would not take a pass a different way. No, he would do the exact same thing over and over and over again until it became so natural that it was just fluid. It was just automatic. And I feel like a lot of people kind of just lose the small things that really make the grand schemes what they are. So for me, it's like, just continuously pressing on those small, minute details.
Put in them hours, man.
You got to put the time. You got to put the work in. You're only going to get out what you put into it.
It's like a puzzle piece.
So you got to, you know what I'm saying, you got to be steadfast in it. You got to be steadfast in the small details, and that's what's going to make, the grand scheme of life worthwhile. That's Mamba Mentality.
Hey, that's all y'all have very well said points, and all you guys had like different contributions to what it is. So I hope I'm not about to disappoint, because I don't know how to follow any one of y'all. Y'all did y'all shit.
Do your thing,
But
man.
on a serious note, really my mentality for me, and I might keep harping on this a little too much, is just like I need to have that Mamba mentality out my comfort zone.
Yeah.
We talked about that a little bit in the first episode. But just like kind of going for what I want in life, like, and being able to kind of hone in on that, perfect it. Kind of like, as you said, paying attention to the small details of what it is I want to do and perfecting it. And just, going 100% at it. Like, if anything, my mentality, like, one thing Kobe did throughout his career, he never left one stone unturned. I know he went, I think he ended up, he won 5 championships. I think he wanted to win 8. I remember him saying that on All the Smoke. Mm-hmm. He won at 8. And he's disappointed that he didn't get to that point, but he knows he did everything he could in his power. He would have had more if the Chris Paul veto didn't happen, but that's...
Shaq wasn't on his bullshit.
But nah, for real though, he didn't leave any stones unturned. He did everything that was meant to do in his career. There's never, in my opinion, been a harder worker step foot in the NBA than Kobe. Kobe was the hardest worker the NBA has ever seen that I can view. It's legendary workout stories that a lot of his peers have came up and talked to him about, like when he was on the USA team with all the other greats, the like LeBrons and D Wade's and all them. They go into practice, they find that Kobe in a full sweat already. So he's going 100 when those that we think go 100 are resting.
Right.
So when it comes to like what I want to get out of my life. And as I mentioned before, like these last 2 years have just shifted me, just being able to see death and see life up close, like in person, live, direct, in the same room. I've seen it like these past 2 years and had a tremendous effect on my life. And I'm at a point where I'm not about to waste any more time. I'm about to just do what I got to do. And I have that same mentality towards my wife. I had that same mentality towards my daughter. I'm giving them 100% of me, because if I don't, then I'm going to look back in my life and say, why did I fall short here? And it's because I didn't give it my all into the things that's most important to me. So that's what the Mamba mentality means to me.
I'm saying, I got to dap you up too.
What are you talking about? I ain't going to lie. I didn't know I was about to say that. But no, for real though, that's what it is. I got to apply the Mamba mentality. The marathon continues, you know what I'm saying? But
I got that in the rap lyric, by the way.
Hey, I can't wait to hear it.
Dude, I got it.
Bro, like, just giving it your all to what you believe in, what you love, what you do. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have much to say beyond that. I honestly think that's a good way to close. I'm not sure. I mean, if you guys have anything else y'all want to say before we wrap this up.
I don't even want to taint it anymore. We did a good job.
Yeah.
Hey,
R.P. Kobe.
rest in peace to Kobe. Rest in peace to Gigi.
All the victims.
It's heartbreaking she wasn't able to live out her full life, but, we repping number 2 as well.
Yes, sir.
And all the 7 other victims in that helicopter crash that perished, I mean, we wish it never happened. But, I mean, at some point we had to face the fact that is a reality situation. So, with that being said, rest in peace to Kobe. Rest in peace to Gianna Bryant, the 7 others. Episode 2 in the books.
I know you won't believe me if I told you I'm a star in the making. Get more support from unfamiliar faces. No, I don't strive to be famous, but I'm not blocking any blessings. If that shit is up for offer, then you know I'ma take it. It got a few stipulations about my soul. I never give it to Satan at all. Money really be the reason that some of you fall. Doing shit just for abundance. But fuck what y'all been doing, cause I know my time is coming. I've been running and running. I came this far and I'm not